holding tight, praying hard through every fight. Got no wins, but I got pride. Made it through the other side. Yellow flags like warning signs, but I ain't falling for their lines. Got nerves of steel, a shaky hand. This ain't a game, it's fight or land. Saw that 18 catch the wall, 21 spun, took out them all. But somehow I found the lane, like Moses through that fire and rain. Yeah, I thread the needle, dodge the flame. Every pile up calling my name. Wrecks behind me, wrecks ahead, but I ain't wrecked, I ain't dead. Sliding sideways, holding tight, praying hard through every fight. Got no wins, but I got pride. Made it through the other side. No checkered flag, no champagne rain, but I kept it clean through the carnage and pain. One more lap, one more breath, a dance with danger, a race with death. Still I thread the needle, feel the flame. Every turn's a twist of fate's game. Wrecks behind me, wrecks ahead, but I ain't wrecked, I ain't dead. Sliding sideways, holding tight, out of chaos into light. No first place, but man, I ride with fire still burning inside. Yeah, I thread the needle in this wild racing ride. Strapped in tight, green lights flashing, rubbers burning, hearts are clashing, tires screaming that southern heat. 200 strong on the NASCAR beat. Lap 5 wreck on turn 4. Smoke so thick can't see the door, but somehow I slip right through like a ghost in red, white, and blue. 'Cause I thread the needle, dodge the flame. Every pile up calling my name. Wrecks behind me, wrecks ahead, but I ain't wrecked, I ain't dead. Sliding sideways, holding tight, praying hard through every fight. Got no wins, but I got pride. Made it through the other side. Yellow flags like warning signs, but I ain't falling for their lines. Got nerves of steel, a shaky hand. This ain't a game, it's fight or land. Saw that 18 catch the wall, 21 spun, took out them all. But somehow I found the lane, like Moses through that fire and rain. Yeah, I thread the needle, dodge the flame. Every pile up calling my name. Wrecks behind me, wrecks ahead, but I ain't wrecked, I ain't dead. Sliding sideways, holding tight, praying hard through every fight. Got no
Good evening, race fans, and welcome in to another Thursday night right here on the Racers Elite Network, where tonight the Racers Elite Next Gen Series will be tackling Worldwide Technology Raceway. I'm going to be your host tonight. My name is Brandon Massey. Alongside me in the booth's going to be the legendary Russell Martin Jr. Russ, how we doing tonight?
Well, man, I'm a little bit refreshed there from that off week we had last week. Hope everybody out there had a good Thanksgiving, and excited to be back. I mean, this could potentially be kind of an interesting race here tonight at Gateway. Sometimes we see some really good races here, and other times we see some pretty disastrous races here. So Gateway is one of those kind of iffy tracks, and be interested to see how these guys do tonight.
I too, Russ, am excited about tonight, and I'll tell you why. Because so far this season, we have not seen, I don't believe, a repeat winner. Every race we've had so far has been a different winner, and I'm excited about it because we might see what would be, what is it, a fourth or fifth different race winner?
Yeah, we got four different winners across the first 4 races here tonight. We got Andrew Teff, Troy Thomas, Kensley Smith, and Zach Lockett all picking up wins so far this season. So potential for a fifth different one here tonight.
And when we think about that, right? Well, we think about 4 different drivers so far winning this season. That only makes me think about the points. And when you take a look at the points, you have Andrew Teff standing atop the points leaderboard right now. All 4 of those drivers, provided they meet the minimum requirements, Russ, will advance into the next round. Those being Teff, Thomas, Kensley Smith, and Zach Lockett.
Yeah, I mean, that's the biggest thing. We got 8 regular season races. Drivers have got to make 6 of them. I think Lockett right now is about the only one now who has to make every one of these last 6 races. So I know he had a couple of things going on, and I'm pretty sure he said he's good to go for the rest of the season. So, yeah, I mean, pick up the win. You're locked in, providing you meet the minimum race requirements.
So when you take a look at the top 12 right now, you have Teff, Ecker, Thomas, Wainscott, Puffenbarger, Hoke, Alex Teff, Kensley Smith, Dennis Kane, David Davis, Richard Odie, and Zach Lockett. And again, Zach's only had a couple of starts. He has had a win, and right now he's currently the quickest in qualifying. I want to take a look at tonight's race info. Let me see if I can find it. I can. Right there it is. And that way, for the folks at home, you can take a look at it. Right now, we're at 71 degrees Fahrenheit, 44% relative humidity. The skies are clear. The track temperature is cool, though, Russ. It's only 73 degrees. Should provide for a decent racing surface.
Yeah, I mean, I was talking to one of the drivers here, before we went live, and he wanted me to make it a mute point that this track temp is very low, and it's treading on the side of a cold loose, to be honest. He said the rears are kind of stepping out just a little bit because the track temp is so cool, but just something we're going to have to keep an eye on as this race progresses here tonight.
It will be something that we'll keep an eye on as the race progresses. And again, kind of a smaller field, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 20 cars, so not really too bad. 20 cars signed in, but we're nearing that point of the season to where some of the guys outside the top 12 in points is really going to have to start making headway to get themselves locked in for the next round.
Yeah, I mean, you got drivers like Trevor Fettig, Barry Nelson, Ira Kohlhaas, all 3 of them, less than 10 points sitting out right now. It's about that time. I mean, we're, this is race 5 of the 8 regular seasons. So, we've only got 3 more races to go before we kick these playoffs off. So it's definitely go time for some of these guys that are really close to the cut line right now.
Yeah, and I think when we take a look at the schedule too, right? Because that's one thing that we've not talked about here in the last couple of weeks. When we take a look at the schedule, the one wild card race, or at least the wild card race for the regular season that we thought was going to be the wild cards, Watkins Glen, that one's out of the way, right? So now we've got Gateway. We're going to be going to Auto Club next week, and then we're going to be going into Pocono the week after, and then we're going to be off for a couple of weeks rest where we're going to get us about a 2-week vacation. And then we're going to come back and arrive at Atlanta. And then we're going to finish out with New Hampshire, Kansas, Talladega, Charlotte. So I think right now, of the remaining tracks, right, Gateway, Auto Club, Pocono, Atlanta, there's a lot of points that some of these drivers can start to make up to try to get themselves inside what would be the top 12 for them for playoff races.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you take a track like tonight, it's kind of a simpler track. It's a flatter track. It kind of reminds me of a flatter Darlington almost, because it's kind of that egg shape. It's tighter on one end than it is on the other, just like Darlington is. It's a flatter, like I said, to me, it's like a flatter version of Darlington. But like next week, we go to Auto Club, major, a drafting track, 2-mile oval. I mean, that's kind of one of them ones that, it's kind of tough to pass. So I think pit cycles and qualifying are going to be your best friends at a track like Auto Club. Pocono is another one. I mean, 2.5 mile try, three corners. Again, it is kind of hard to pass at Pocono. So we got two tracks coming up that are kind of notorious for being difficult to pass at. So qualifying and pit stops are going to be your best friends for the next 2 weeks coming forward.
Got to execute getting on and off pit road and make sure that you lay down that one lap heater. Let's get into tonight's starting grid. On pole is going to be the 93 Adrenaline Racing's Zach Lockett. Starting outside him is going to be the 5 Brandon Puffenbarger. Starting third, has a race win under his belt, the Chicken Coop Racing's 98 of Andrew Teft. Starting fourth, going to be the 92 Timothy Eisburn. Starting fifth, going to be the driver of the number 4 Dennis Kane. Starting sixth, driving the number 55 is going to be Truth Hoke. Starting in the 7th position, driving the number 12 Brandon Sanfilippo. Starting 8th, driver of the number 8 going to be Curtis Ecker. Starting 9th, driver of the number 69 is going to be Jesse Fox. Starting in the 10th position tonight, driving the 78 going to be Richard Odie.
And starting in 11th, that number 10 of Kirby Wade Scott. Rolling off of P12, the 24 Joshua Norton. 13th, going to be the 28 of Barry Nelson. 14th, we've got that 777, David Davis. Starting at 15th, the 88 of Troy Thomas. 16th, Alex Teft in that 43. 17th, William Skidder in the 3. 18th, going to be Kensley Smith in the 15. 19th, Terry Fennell in the 50. And then rounding out this field is the 82 of Joshua Neal.
And that will be tonight's 20th car field at 120 laps. And I can tell you, Russ, when I take a look at this racetrack, we have 2 different variants. We have one corner that's a little bit tighter. We have one corner that's a little bit wider. Who can execute? Who can be technical? Who can get on off pit road? And who can miss all of the mayhem that we could see? The pace truck's going to be pulling off for us. We're going to be getting this thing under green flag conditions for 120.
Yeah, I'll tell you right now, I know that 93, he's put some seat time in here, so he's going to be one to definitely watch out for, that 93 Zach Lockett, as he's come bringing this field down to the green flag. Flag is out, and we're underway, and the 93 gets a pretty good jump here on the start. He's going to clear the 5 of Puffenbarger going down here into turn 1.
Yeah, and he's going to get a very, very good jump. And in fact, he's going to be able to maintain the lead. Now, Puffenbarger had a little bit of run on the outside. He's actually going to not be able to do anything with it. It just seems like, though, Russ, these cars have to go and have to stop almost to a complete stop to get through that first corner down there.
Yeah, it is really tight down there through 1 and 2. I mean, I've ran here quite a few times, and I have still yet to figure this track out. I mean, I thought Darlington was tough. This flatter version of Darlington is even tougher to run. It's definitely tricky for sure.
I think we, Russ, could call this a Darlington, New Hampshire hybrid. I think.
Honestly, yeah, I think I've honestly called this track that in the past. I think I called it the bastard love child of Darlington and New Hampshire.
And right now, the man on the move's Truth Hoke. He's going to get around Andrew Teft. Right now, a lot of these guys are just going to settle in here, right? I mean, I'm looking at the top 10 right now. I don't see anybody side by side. You got the 24 Joshua Norton back there getting into the outside wall on the exit. The 78 full sent it there, Russ.
Yeah, got in there just a little bit hot. The one driver I did want to talk about, though, he kind of caught my attention, is that 92 of Timothy Eisburn had a really good, solid qualifying run here tonight. We've seen him kind of struggle just a little bit here and there throughout the season so far, but a really strong showing out of him in qualifying, and still he's tracking P3 right now, and he's looking to run that 5 car down. Yeah,
I mean, so that's part of it, right? That's you have to qualify. I have noticed, Russ, and you tell me if I'm wrong. In every single one of these races that Racers Elite puts on, whether it's Tuesday night, Wednesday night, Thursday night, the specialty races, a good qualifying effort is about 25 to say 30% of the night, right? Because then it's track position. Then you can maintain, get on off pit road, do what you got to do. But a solid qualifying effort goes a long way.
Yeah, I mean, especially here in Racers Elite where the competition, is pretty tough. I mean, like I said, I've ran with these guys for the last couple of seasons in the truck series and stuff, and I mean, qualifying is definitely a key factor here in Racers Elite.
Right now, one of the closest battles we have the 4 right here. Dennis Kane's going to be Curtis Ecker in the 8. A little bit of a battle we have going on there. I want to go a little bit deeper into the field. I want to get back here towards Kirby Wainscott, Richard Odie. I want to get to Kinsley Smith's back here in his beautiful looking napping machine. The week before last, but the last time that we was out on Thursday night in a points race, Troy Thomas, he's got his Mountain Dew Chevrolet out here.
Picked up that win there at Watkins Glen in quite dominating fashion.
And by the way, we had some really good feedback from the one car flipping at Watkins Glen. And
yeah, Josh Neal, that 82, for that wild ride there through the sand pit, turn 6.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun to go back and read those comments in the Discord. Oh, that was wild. Zach Lockett, though, still leading the way. He's led all 7 right now. Puffenbarger still, though, he's not really been able to gain too much on Puffenbarger. He's still staying right there. And we know Brandon's been known to be fast in the past.
Yeah, I mean, Puffenbarger's has some speed. You know, I mean, it hasn't come without some struggles here throughout the season. But, Puffenbarger definitely found himself in contention a few times here so far this season.
Yeah, and I think this is actually, I think, kind of the first race this season that we've actually seen the 5-car take a qualifying lap. We're used to seeing him not lay down a qualifying lap. He likes to typically come from the back, kind of ride, save some fuel, etc. This is really one of the first weeks so far this season we've seen him lay down a qualifying lap and was able to start outside pole.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I mean, normally Brandon, like you said, he likes to start in the back there and kind of methodically work his way up to the front. I mean, I think the last time we were live there at Watkins Glen, I think he started from the pits. If I'm not mistaken, he wanted to really play it safe and start from the pits there. And I mean, I think it worked out for him up there till the end. I think he had that one hard contact. I think it was coming out of 6 going into 7. I think he got loose there and piled that outside wall. But I mean, it worked out for him for most of that race up until that little incident there that he had.
It's always fun to watch, though. Again, Eisburn right here, Hope, Taft, Ecker. I'm trying to find us some battles. Well, here's some battling going on right now. These cars are within about a couple of tenths of each other. You have Alex Teft, you have Richard Odie, you got Kinsley Smith right behind these guys. This is quite the battle that's been going on for the last couple of laps. You've got Troy Thomas inside of Wainscott right here.
Little side-by-side action there with the 10 and the 88. I mean, like you said, these guys for the most part they're kind of singled out right now, and I think they're trying to get get themselves to that first pit stop. I think we're going to see that probably anywhere between lap 45 and lap 50. I think is the fuel window here for these guys tonight. So I think for the most part these guys are just going to kind of be content just riding and trying to get through this first round of pit cycles.
When you think about this racetrack, for as big as it is, it being kind of like what we said, a Darlington, New Hampshire hybrid, it's kind of technical, right? Because of how flat it is. So the braking points, the throttling up points, the exits, the entries, all that is kind of a technical style race. To me, it has like a technical style feel to it. You got to be able to set up those passes, but then be able to finish them, much like you can see right here out of Kinsley Smith.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, if anybody that's ever driven New Hampshire knows how, kind of how tough it is to get around New Hampshire. It's one of those technical tracks where literally your braking points, your turning points, everything's got to be spot on for the entire race. And it's kind of the same way here tonight. I mean, Darlington, you've kind of got that low, high, low line that you normally run. You enter low, you shoot up the track to the wall, and you diamond out to the bottom. But here it's like you gotta kind of run it more like you're gonna run New Hampshire and kind of really stick that bottom and drive the car up out of the corner.
Yeah, and you know what I'm seeing, Russ? I'm seeing a lot of cars on the exit of turn 4 hit that wall right there. You can see where Hope just was. You can see the black marks on the wall right there in the screen. I'm seeing a lot of cars start to beat that safer barrier down just a little bit. Again, still no change out front. Has led all 13. Now working lap 14 is Zach Lockett. Puffenbarger right there. Now we have a little bit of a battle between Hoke and Eisburn right here.
Yeah, I think Truth's kind of been running Eisman down. I mean, Truth currently up, 2 positions from the starting spot. So starting to pick up a little bit of speed here, 14 laps into this 120-lap race. And maybe some of these guys out front maybe starting to beat their tires up just a little bit here. Now we're starting to see some of the guys that might have tried to save a little bit start working their way up.
So it looks like if I'm correct, Russ, from what owner Andrew Teff put out into us, it looks like we're guessing maybe a rescan. It looks like the dark patch in 1 and 2 is gone. I'm being told though fuel is about 48 laps.
Yep, like I said, between 45 and 50, I assume. So yep, sounds about right.
And Hoke is going to get that. See right there. That's
really loose. Yeah.
That's the danger zone.
Yeah, he stepped that rear end out there on exit and just barely caught that wall.
Andrew Taft just on the outside looking in. Currently rides in the 5th position. Curtis Eckert, Dennis Kane, Sanfilippo. Let me tell you something about Sanfilippo. Sanfilippo, he ran what, 2nd? I think it was at Watkins Glen. He's a quiet. Here's the thing.
We got one around Kirby Wayscott.
Oh no! Let me see if I can find him. Here he is. Yeah, we got a couple cars packed up here.
I think Kirby got a little bit of the left quarter panel bump there. Not sure who that was from, but I think pretty sure he got the little bit bumper to the left rear quarter there and got set up into the wall.
Well, let's just take a look and see what we got. You can see right here. Pretty clean. He's going to do what everybody else does, right? He's going to run it high. He's going to try to diamond that corner, pinch off that exit, try to carry as much momentum as he possibly can.
'24 Josh Norton coming in just a little hot. Get that. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah. See.
Maybe the 24 just pushing a little bit, got back in the gas just a little too early there to just washed up the track. But I don't think too much damage. But see how they fare out. I see the 3 come in late there and just clobber the side of the 10.
That's where the damage is at, right there.
Yeah, that's where the damage is at.
He had a little bit of back end damage, but it wasn't nothing too major. But that'll bring us for our first caution, though. We're going to see all these drivers come down pit road. Now, here's the thing, right? So we're 18, call it 19 laps in. So we know they can get about 48. So easy math, we'll call it 20. They'll be able to save enough fuel. So that'll get them. So what would be 68, which means with 48, they should be able to get to the finish from there, right? I would think with one more stop. Is my math mathing?
48, 60. I think they're going to be just short. I think they're going to need one more.
Oh.
Because if we go 18 to 48 would be 60. 48 would be 108. So call it 110 even. Yeah, I think we're gonna see one more pit stop. And it's also going to depend on caution laps too. If we have see any more cautions, or if this thing goes green, I'm assuming one more pit stop here.
True. Yeah, definitely going to be one more stop. Absolutely, 100%. But then my question is, again, though, I think you can save enough here on this run that you can make it to the end one more. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah. Yeah, you could absolutely make it to the end on one more stop. Sure.
Gotcha. That's what I was trying to math it, was to make sure, like, in my thinking, we could get to the end on one more.
Yep.
So no change. Lockett, Puffenbarger is going to lead them off pit road. Hoke, Ecker is going to move up a couple spots. Andrew Taft actually lost a spot on pit road there. So he's going to restart what looks to be in the 6th position. What I was saying about Sanfilippo, though, before that caution come out there, Russ, is just how quiet of runs he puts together, right? Like, he'll be riding 5th to 10th, 12th area, and then when the checkered flag flies, he finds himself inside the top 3.
Oh yeah, for sure. Brandon, especially at 1.5 miles. I mean, it's kind of one of those slow, methodical drivers. He just kind of quietly lurks and then attacks to the end once he finds his groove. I mean, that's the one thing with him. Once he settles in and gets himself into a groove, that's where you start seeing him really march forward.
So the lights is going to be out on the pace truck. That's going to turn the command over to Zach Lockett. We're going to be getting this race back under green flag condition, and he's going to fire off. And Hook, he's going to bring Hook with him.
I was going to say, he's fired off in a big way, and he brought that 55 right with him.
He did. In fact, is Hook going to be able to get this pass clear? You know, I watched Hook in practice. He had top 3 speed in practice. Oh, there goes the 777.
777 David Davis. Take Kensley Smith with him. Big stack up there in the back.
Yeah, I'm not sure. When I was watching, I seen the 777 completely dead sideways. I'm not sure how he managed to get there, though. I don't know if he had help, if the car got loose. We'll take a look here, Russ, and see what we got.
I'm assuming some of that might have been cold, fresh tires on a cold track. Might have just stepped out on him coming out of the corner here.
No, I think he's going to get help.
The 78? He gets a little bit of help from the 78. Okay. Yeah. I'll try to give him the benefit of the doubt of just being cold tires, but we got a little bit of help there.
Yeah, and just barely flipping it was Kensley Smith. Now, look, the 78 completely stopped. Just about. These guys, though, the 69 to 50, Eisburn's back there, William Skinner.
See, that's the old Arca Brake special right there.
Here's the thing.
Sorry, guys, but I just call them like I see them. But that was three Arca Brake specials right there.
Look, the last time that I called out an Arca Brake much, I got called out for it, and I wasn't going to do it. I wasn't going to do it. It's unfortunate, but yeah, a little bit of Arca Brake there. I mean, the 78 was completely stopped. I mean, dude, I mean, he got into the 777, was almost stopped, and nobody hit him. That was the crazy part.
Yeah. I mean, that was just, yeah.
Now, here's the crazy thing about this caution, right? This caution definitely is going to help him save enough fuel or have one more, what we think could be one more stop. That's going to get us to the end. I don't think this is going to come down to be a fuel mileage type of race. I think that's kind of been, rolled up into a ball and thrown out the window type of deal.
Yeah, I think at this point, I mean, it's definitely just a one-stop race. You figure, we didn't even, I don't think we got a lap in on the green that time. So call it 70, lap 70 now. 91, 20. Oh yeah, I think right now one stop we're probably looking 5 to 10 laps to the good. So definitely just a one-stop race here from here on out.
I can tell you one thing for sure though, that with Racers Elite is Ross Racing is in the YouTube chat. I just pulled up the YouTube chat. And our boy John is in there. It is 93 Lockett's night. So a fellow adrenaline racing teammate, John Ross over there.
The boss in the house.
The boss is in the house. Yeah.
Must have decided not to pick up another win tonight and sit it out and watch the broadcast.
I'm not gonna
talking with John. I was talking with John before the race tonight. And he was trying to determine what race he was going to go win tonight. And yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. The only reason I pulled it up was to make sure that my mic audio was coming through, just to see if I seen a comment. Mass, we can't hear you, bub. Type of thing. The lights is off on the pace car, Russ. That means we're gonna be going back green flag racing. So far, all 23 laps that we have seen has been led by the 93 Zach Lockett. We're going to be going restart zone. He's going to go late this time. Look at that. That's crazy.
That's the one thing with Lockett. I mean, he likes to keep these guys on their toes. Go early one time, late the next, right in the middle. I mean, he doesn't he doesn't launch at the same time every restart. Let's keep these guys on their toes. And obviously, the 55 just clipping the wall on exit right there.
Yeah, the 55
going
did it.
Give second over to Puffenbarger in that 5 car.
Yeah, the 55 did it. The 12 did it. The 3 did it. I've seen about 3 or 4 different cars get the wall there on exit. So move Puffenbarger back up to second. Hoke third. That's going to be Curtis Ecker fourth. The battle for right now, though, is going to be for fifth. You got, again, we just mentioned it. San Filippo, and here comes Dennis Kane, Alex Teft. I'm noticing something, Russ. I want to know if you're noticing it too. These drivers are really starting to charge these corner entries about as hard as they can.
Yeah, I've been noticing that they've kind of been driving just a little bit deeper. A little bit either they're going one of two ways. They're either driving them in just a little bit deeper, or they're backing them up so they can try to get a stronger run on exit. And I think now we just seen the 12 car getting the wall right there. And I think a majority of the guys that we're seeing getting into the wall on the exit, I think that's what they're doing, is they're kind of backing the corner up just a little bit as we're about to go 3 wide here with the 28. Now he's going to get up into the wall. But they're backing that corner up just a little bit so they get back on the throttle sooner, but they're getting back onto the throttle just a little too soon and really pushing them out to that wall.
So, yeah, I mean, I'm just seeing a lot of guys. What made me think of it is because I seen San Filippo a couple laps ago really charge that one corner entry, but then I've been watching some of the other drivers do it too. And I don't know if there's an advantage there or not. I think, truthfully, I think charging a corner entry like that kind of hurts the center exit. I would think, but maybe I'm wrong.
Well, that's why them guys are out there in those cars and we're up here in the booth.
That's why I'm retired, Russ. That's exactly right. That's why I'm a retired race car driver turned analyst. Kind of like what you would call a Dale Earnhardt Jr. Kevin Harvick type of deal. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I absolutely get you. I'm trying to kind of reverse that role, slowly get back into the car.
Yeah, you're trying to unretire.
Yeah, I'm trying to unretire. I mean, I tried to retire, and then other people tried to talk me into coming out of retirement. So,
well, I have temporarily retired. I'm just telling you, I've retired pretty much. I'm just going to call races for time being. That's kind of where I'm at.
Yeah. I mean, I had those PC problems and kind of got that fixed there for the most part. So I'm trying to get back behind the wheel a little bit more and try to, I think maybe step my way out of the booth at the conclusion of the season. But who knows? I mean, maybe come back for another one. Now the 3 car hard air up in the outside wall.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what was going on there, but that dude just. I mean,
that was a sail off.
Yeah, I mean, it's just. I don't know what happened there. I seen him hit the wall. All right, let's get back out front. So the lead has been extended out to almost, we could call it nearly 6/10. And then you got Hoke. That's just, a handful of cars off of Puffenbarger right there. And then there's a major gap between Hoke and Ecker. San Filippo. Alex Teft. Look at Alex Teft. Up 9 positions.
Yeah, Alex is another one. I'll say Alex is kind of another one. Like he doesn't come in during practice. He comes in during qualifying. He doesn't lay a qualifying lap down. Then when the race starts, he just works his way up to the front. And then before you know it, you're talking about him.
I wish I could be that guy. I wish that I could be talented enough that I could just come in with like 10 minutes of qualifying, not even qualifying, just go out and run top 5 speed and be there. But I tell you, one guy though that's had a really good rebound.
Kind of a weird flex out of the 43.
Yeah, you see, dude's flexing on us up here. That's what it is. I tell you though, a good rebound for this 15 car. Just a couple laps ago, we seen him tied up in that, or a handful of laps ago, I should say. Seen him tied up in that there accident, and now he's found himself inside the top 10, currently P9. But now Andrew Teft, man, has dropped a lot. He's right here in front of the 15 of Kinsley Smith. And albeit it's been a pretty decent, rebound for the 15. We
got trouble. They get together, the brothers. Not sure what happened there. It looked like the 4 either got a little bit loose. Oh, cautions. I was just gonna say I don't see a caution yet, but I don't know if the 4 got loose. But when my camera panned to him, he was really, really slow coming out of that corner. And I think the 43 just ran up on him super fast. See right
So
there, and
right
then
there it is. So let's
tried to avoid him. I'm not sure if maybe the 4 and the 12 got together, and that's why the 4 was so slow.
Well, I'm going to back it up to the 4 car here, and I'm going to see.
They did.
Oh, okay. There it was, right? So there was some contact there. And then they start to check up. I want to know how the 43 ended up. Where's he at? He's right here. We know the contact between these two.
I think I don't think he realized his closing rate to the 4, and then when he realized how fast he was closing in on the 4, he just kind of shot to the left to try to avoid it and got himself loose. See, it was like right there, he just shoots left to avoid him because of the closing rate, and then that cold track, man, those rears get loose. I'm going to try to save it. He almost saved it right there, and then he's going to loop it back around, and his brother's going to come in and say, "Oh, you're not getting out of here, Claire." Pow!
Yeah, and worst case scenario for Andrew, he just picked the wrong lane, right? I mean, he was thinking the 43 was going to come back up the racetrack. So, I mean, for the race fans at home, I'm just going to rewind this, and I'm going to put you on board the 98, right? And then we're going to watch it in real time, and then that way
I was just going to say too, like, you figure week in and week out, the 43 and the 98, they race each other multiple times a week. And across all the series of Racers Elite, it's very rare that you get to see them in an altercation with each other on track. So it kind of takes you to that Kurt and Kyle Busch scenario, because you didn't really see them tangle too much. They didn't really see them tangle too much, but when they did, man, those fireworks, it was great.
All right, so this is how quick of the decisions has to be made, right? Like when you're in the car, real time shifting. So Andrew's got a decision to make.
Thought he was coming back up.
Yeah. Yep. So, I mean,
I would have made the exact same thing. You see him get sideways like that, you're going to assume that he's going to come back up that racetrack, and he just didn't.
I mean, that's just how quick you have to make that decision. So,
yep.
All right. Well, I said fuel mileage and fuel strategy and all that probably wasn't coming into play, but somehow, one way or another, Zach Lockett managed to lose 3 spots on pit road. So I'm not 100% sure as to why, other than I see a couple. Might have been a 2-tire stop out of David Davis. I mean, he was only down there on pit road in his pit box for 7 seconds, almost 7 seconds. So,
yeah, I was just saying. I think, maybe Puffenbarger and the 78 may not have come down pit road, because I'm showing that they still have about 13 and 17 laps on their tires right now. So I think the 5 and the 78 elected to stay out.
Yep. Yeah, I just seen that. Yeah, the 17 and the 5 and the 78 both stayed out. I see that now. Yeah, the only time I ever seen Kurt and Kyle kind of, and it wasn't really even like it was the side by side finish at Kentucky, where they kind of leaned on each other. I
remember, and if I'm not mistaken, the one that I remember the most, I think it was the Winston Million race. And
yeah.
They got together, and they were not happy with each other for like almost an entire year after that, because one brother cost the other brother a shot at $1 million.
Very true. The pace check is off. That's going to turn the command over to Puffenbarger. This will be the first time we've seen a different race leader throughout the night, and he's going to hold them all the way to the box.
I was going to say too, and it's also going to give us a chance to see what the difference is between fresh tires and no tires here.
Yeah, see how that 78 just charges that corner entry? And in fact, it might actually work out if he doesn't get the corner. Yeah, so a little bit tight on corner exit there.
Still not bad. They're drag racing. The 5's not going away. Drag racing into 3.
Well, the
5's going to send it there on the bottom.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I was getting ready to say. The 5's going to send it himself. But why
93 is hoping that them two wash each other up the track, and he can slip down there on the bottom.
And see, the 78's he was able to maintain there and drag race still down the front straightaway. This is where the 5's got to get clear of the 78. Yeah, the 78 just got tight.
Cleared. The 78 had to lift just a little bit, got into that outside wall. Now the 93 is making his charge up. How long it takes him to run the 5 car back down with those fresh tires.
Now here comes Hoke. You got 777 right there, Curtis Secker right there. So now we're gonna see fresh tires, old tires. We're gonna see, really if there's much of a difference.
I was gonna say, this is where the strategies are going to differ, because now, the 93, the 55, they got their tires here. The 5 and the 78 are going to have more tires on the back end of this race, where the 93, 55 aren't. So it's coming down to those differing strategies, which is always fun to see.
Yeah, that's right. Well, Hoke's been able to get around Richard Ode, and then now Ecker's working to get around there. I tell you though, the 5 missed the corner.
I was just saying, I was about to mention that the 93 really needed to get around that 5 pretty quick, because the 55 of Truth Hoke was coming. He was right on the bumper of the 93.
Yeah, in fact, he just laid down the fastest lap of the race the last time by. So I'm not saying he's the fastest car on the racetrack. I'm saying he just laid down the fastest lap of the race. So yeah, so now move Hoke around.
This is kind of one of those tracks that really I found kind of suits Truth. So it's not surprising at all for me to see him up here running towards the front. I mean, I've seen him over the seasons. He's kind of been better at these like unique type of tracks. Like, I would call this a unique, it's not your typical, layout, typical style of a racetrack. And that's really where I've seen Truth really kind of maybe have a little bit of a leg up. Are kind of these obscure type of tracks.
Yeah, I just wish I had the talent to do that. Like some of those racetracks, man, I can't get around them.
Yeah, I mean, I'm the same way. The one thing I've been trying to do is you take some of those tracks that are, they're not your typical cookie cutter. We see the 24 sideways going to get up into the wall. I thought he was going to save it there for a minute. See if we get a caution out of this or not.
I don't think we are. He got it turned back around to
still clean green, got rolling again. So I think we're going to stay clean. But when I'm running in a league, I really try to focus on the schedule, and I try to pick, or I've been trying to pick, some of those obscure tracks, whether it be, a road course, or a track like Light Gateway, or like an Iowa, kind of an obscure style track, and I try to put a lot of time and focus into practicing for that race, because I feel like some guys tend to underestimate those types of tracks, and maybe they don't put quite as much time into practicing or testing for those tracks. So then it kind of helps me be just a little bit more competitive, because I mean, anybody that's ever seen me out on the track, which I'm sure you have if you watch Races Elite, I am not good. So I try to put more time into some of these tracks that I think other drivers will kind of push off to the side. And I found that I've actually it has helped me become more competitive at those types of tracks too.
He said, I am not good.
I mean, I'm just honest, bro. Like, I'm not. I suck.
For the longest time, I was watching Hoke and Lockett's lap times, and they were matching. That time, Hoke was about 2:10 slower, but I've been watching the last couple of laps. I tell you, the guy on the move, though, he'll be this 15, Kinsley Smith. He's now got himself inside the top 5. He's racing in the 4th position, and he's got his eyes on Puffenbarger right there. Now, we know Puffenbarger is going to be on older tires, but this is going to be kind of a rebound race that Kinsley needs, provided that he's able to finish this thing out strong after being tied up in that incident a couple of cautions ago.
Yeah, I mean, we talk about it week in, week out. Kinsley hates it when we talk about him. I'm sure he's gonna be listening here, as he's behind the wheel, listening to our broadcast. He's fast. I mean, he's fast anywhere he goes. And
we didn't pick you to win.
We didn't pick him to win. I mean, he always hounds us about not picking him to win because we jinx him. So we're not picking him to win. We're just also not saying that he's not going to win, because I mean, he's fast.
He is fast, man. He is. Hey, our boy that won Watkins Glen, though, old Troy Thomas here, that was a fun interview, by the way. I just want you to know we had a lot of fun with that interview, getting to talk to him after that win he had at Watkins Glen. And yeah, our dude has found himself riding in the 6th position here, just in front of Brandon Sanfilippo.
Yeah, up 9 spots from the starting position. Started back there in P15, up there in 6th right now. So having a solid day, working his way up there to the front, showing some speed here. About almost about 10 to 12 laps short of halfway.
Yeah, that was just those interviews like that. Those are the fun ones, right? Some of the guys that you don't get to talk to all that often in race interviews and types of things, man.
For sure. Yeah, absolutely, for sure. I mean, it was, one of them races that, Troy had put the time in and all that, and just what you would call a well-deserved win, and
just a dominating performance.
Yeah, I would say just to go out and dominate like in the way he did. I mean, it's times like that where you really look forward to interviewing a driver.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. I had a good time with Troy up there, man. That was a lot of good stuff. Let's check in to see where this battle's at. Yeah, so Kinsley's. Yeah, dude, I just love that shot, man. Seeing those brake rotors glow, these race cars get into the corner, man. Nothing like it. It just is a lot of fun. Let's check back in on a race later. The race lead has been extended out to what's I'll call it almost 2.5 seconds. And then just behind him, you have Truth Hope, Puffenbarger. He's getting some pressure starting to be put on him from Kinsley Smith. Ecker's right there. And Thomas is starting to reel in Ecker and Sanfilippo. Andrew Teff's trying to rebound after that last caution. Dennis Kane, Kirby Wainscott, that's the top 10. It's been a quiet night for Wainscott, though.
Yeah, I mean, just kind of lurking there. I mean, just inside the top 10, just having a quiet day so far.
Kirby's another one of them fun guys that we get to talk to on the occasion, and it's always a lot of fun. Always a lot of fun.
For sure. I mean, there's a few guys that I really like interviewing here. They're a lot of fun to talk to once you get them up here in the booth, and especially after they've had a good night or they've had a good run. Maybe they haven't had some not so good races leading up to it, and they finally get themselves a really solid finish. It's always fun to talk to guys, like that.
What we should do is we should pull drivers in mid-race. Wonder how long that would last.
Yeah, really test their mettle.
There was a league I used to run in that used to do that. I actually didn't mind it. I actually didn't mind it at all. They would do it under caution, get a long green flag run type of thing. I didn't really mind it. It actually took my mind off what I was doing, and I actually ran a little bit better consistent lap times.
Yeah, see, and I'm the exact opposite. Like, I mean, under caution would be one thing, but like if I'm actually out there trying to no, I mean, you get me into the discords with like teammates, stuff like that, and guys are talking. It drives me nuts. I can't hit my marks. I'm not focused here or there. I'm focusing on what people are saying. I can't do it.
Yeah, I can't do that Discord thing either. Dude, when me and Ira, sometimes when we're racing, we kind of have this partnership with Kinsley Smith and Sanfilippo. When they get a race, the nights that we race, and we'll all four being there together, and dude, you could hear crickets. But then under caution, we're like, all right, so what are we thinking? What's the plan? What do we, type of thing? And then, once the green flag drops, you won't hear nothing until especially plate racing, right? Like when we're at, Daytona, Talladega, it's crickets until it's time to start talking fuel. And then we're trying to, set the fuel right sides, left sides, whatever we're going to be doing. Yeah,
I said for me, it's like the, listening to a whole race of, oh, come on, what are you doing? Get out of the way. What are you're not clear yet, dude. You just listen to a whole race of just complaining about the whole race.
Yeah. Man, that guy in front of me is a complete, type of thing. Dude. Yeah.
What the hell was he thinking? What a dumb son.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, Oh shoot. Yeah, everybody spread out, Russ. I'm looking at intervals between each other. Ecker and Thomas right here is So Thomas, see, I told you, Troy was starting to put, gain in on the back bumper of that 8 car there. He's finally caught him. See if he's able to get around him here. They're on the same tire strategy, though.
Yeah, that's what I was just gonna say. Yeah, I mean they're on the same tire strategy. So I mean, Troy's just kind of starting to put his speed together now. I think maybe finding that sweet spot, figuring out his cornering marks and what he can do here and what he can't do here, and really sending it in right there. Had to just got to check a little bit before he would have got right into the bumper of the 8 car there. But
yeah, I mean,
showing a lot of speed here.
He is. That's what I was gonna say. I mean, it's noticeable. The 88's quicker right now than the 8. There he goes. He got around him, and then the San Filippo's just gonna be knocking on the door. But I mean, it was quite obvious. I mean, the 88 was quicker. He had a better corner entry center and was going to have a better exit. You can see. I mean, he kind of stopped at mid corner to get the car to rotate, but. That 8 car struggling.
Sure
Did you see that, Russ?
Not sure if he got it to stop to rotate or if he just stopped to avoid hitting the 8 car.
I think it was the latter of the two. Yeah, but did you see that 8 car on entry right there? The back end of that car was unstable. It was as loose as it could be on entry.
Yep. So these guys said that, I mean, with this cool track temperature, this thing can get loose, and we're maybe starting to see it as these tires starting to wear off. Currently, where is he sitting? About 25 laps on this set of tires. So maybe this tire wear is going to start affecting things here a little bit.
Now, we're approaching halfway, Russ. And there's something that's standing out to me that we kind of talked about. And we said, hey, this probably ain't going to be a fuel strategy, a fuel mileage race, right? I think we could take kind of that mix out of it. We know most of these drivers are going to have to stop one more time. I mean, they can make it 48 laps, so everybody's still going to have to stop one more time. Now, this guy right here was last on pit road at lap 17. Right?
Yep. Currently 42 laps on his tires right now.
Uh-huh. And he still has about 6 or 7 laps he could probably get out of fuel. We've had a handful of cautions in that time frame.
Mm-hmm.
He might be close. Nope. I was thinking maybe he would be able to go. No, he's not going to be able to. He would have to save
a lot.
12 laps.
I mean,
well, it depends on when he pits here, right? I mean, that's.
Well, let's just say, yeah. I mean, it depends on how much farther he's got left. Before he actually absolutely has to come down pit road. I mean, currently, I think it was showing about 43 laps since the last time he was down pit road. So, I mean, he might be on that trying strategy of trying to do this thing in one extra stop without having to really risk much of anything.
Yeah, because let's think about it, right? Like, so when we compare lap times right now in comparison to the leaders last being on pit road 33 laps ago, or well, about 30 laps ago, give or take, in comparison to when he was on pit road. So he's only running a half second slower. So I don't know, really, truthfully, like, I don't know that there's going to be a big tire advantage for him when he decides to come to pit road. I would think initially that, he's obviously going to be faster than what these cars are running. I mean, he's going to be kind of mid to lower, higher 32s, not so much in the 33s. But I think that could gain him quite a bit of track position. It would all depend on when the rest of the field will decide to pit. This could turn into more of a tire game than it would be so much even fuel, I would think.
Well, and the one thing too you gotta look at is, he's currently out there 45, 46 laps on this set of tires, and is still running in P3, and he's got Kensley Smith behind him, who is currently on about 15 lap older tires, not really able to gain much.
No.
So once these tires even out, it's kind of a non-issue. So
yeah,
maybe that even throws the idea of just a 2-tire stop on this next stop, and maybe try to do some leapfrogging.
Well, I mean, you got to take 4, right? Because you're going to have to take a full tank of fuel. So I mean,
well, if you're Puffenbarger, absolutely yes.
Yeah. For the rest of the guys, because they can go what? So 48. So if that's the case, they were last on pit road at 33. So that's about 90.
I was just saying, Puffenbarger is currently on lap 47, so we may see him come down pit road here, and I would say within the next couple of laps.
We'll see. We'll see how this thing shakes out. This could be. Oh, black flag for the 24 here. I think he got caught speeding on pit road entry. Yeah. So I mean, for the race leaders, right? They would have to pit what about lap 90?
I believe. Let me see. So
they were on pit road at 33.
16, 33. I'm thinking 80 to 85.
Okay, so
maybe, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they would be able to get to the finish from there for sure.
Right. Yeah.
I'm just
One
listening
thing we
to
got
see
to
if
keep in mind
Lockett's
too, and it's something that I completely failed or neglected to even mention at the beginning of this. This track has a very awkward pit entry, so we could see some trouble with guys coming down here for these green flag pit stops, because this is one where you've got to hit the access road on the backstretch.
Oh, really? Oh, I see. You can see Alex Taft is up there. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, so there's the access road right there. Oh, yeah, you do. Good
So
point.
then how you got that the barrier right there, kind of just before the exit of turn 4. So it's an interesting pit entry. So, and I believe the cones are back even farther. Yeah, you can see them right there. So we could see some potential problems with these green flag pit stops.
Yeah, we'll see when Puffenbarger decides to pit here. Is he still out there on the racetrack? Here he comes. Yeah, here he comes this time. So there it is, right? There's the commitment line.
And he went 50 laps. So he extended this out 2 laps further than what the estimated fuel run was. So not bad at all by Puffenbarger there in that 5
So that's going to get him to lap 70. So that's going to put him to, yeah, he'll be able to get to the finish. That would be what?
For
48 would be, yeah, he should be able to make it. I wouldn't see why he couldn't. All right, so.
Might have to save just a little bit.
Yeah, a couple
you figure
laps.
lap 70, 120 would be 50 laps. So you might have to save a little bit, just potentially in the event of a green-white-checker, even though we're not going to talk about it.
Sure, exactly. We don't want to jinx anything around here.
We don't want to talk about that.
No. So no change out front. You got Lockett still leading the thing. Hoke is right here. Kinsley Smith, some distance behind. Call it 10 seconds to the race leader. Troy Thomas is back here. Curtis Ecker's back here. San Filippo, Andrew Taft. Now all these guys have all reeled in each other, and this is all battle for position, starting from pretty much what would be Troy Thomas. Whoa, where's he going?
I think that looked like a wheel disconnect. If I'm being completely honest, that looked like a wheel disconnect, because all of a sudden I just saw the left front tire of that 8 car turn completely left.
Okay. I mean,
maybe not, because unless he got it reconnected really quick. But it just looked it'll just look like a wheel disconnect to me for a minute, because it's like,
wild.
Why else would your car turn left, completely left on the middle of the back straightaway?
I mean, that was wild. Holy.
We see it happen from time to time, but man, it's always confusing when we do see it.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, I think it had to be a wheel disconnect, right? I mean, it
had to be.
There's no way that it wasn't. I don't. That was wild.
And now I see the 8 has taken it to the hauler, so I'm assuming he's got some kind of equipment problem.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, definitely has to be an equipment problem. It's not really something that we typically see all that often out of the 8.
Not really.
So,
yeah, I mean, not really out of anybody. I mean, it's not very often that we see that.
So Troy Thomas has caught Kinsley Smith, San Filippo, Andrew Taft. Ecker was a part of this battle, and it was about to be a 5-car battle for what would have been the 4th, call it 3rd position. Right now we got about 4 cars that's all trying to chase down the 15 and Kinsley Smith. So we think around lap 80, 85 area, we can see the race leaders. Well, the pretty much the remaining rest of the field start to hit pit road. We are certain that Puffenbarger is going to try to make it to the end here.
Which it might. I mean, it might put him in the catbird seat for this thing if this thing stays green.
Well,
these guys come down to their final pit stops, and he don't. You know, he get that lap back, get right back around.
I think the question's going to become, because you kind of touched on it, Russ. We know these tires are going to even out, right? So like at what point does the tire? So what is it? First 5-10 laps that he's going to have a tire advantage? You know. Like right now at this point in his run, for him to make up some time. So, you know, how hard do you drive type of thing? You know, we'll just have to see how it all shakes out once the green flag cycles start to take over. Here comes Andrew Teft. He's coming down this long pit road. That's a pretty long pit road, by the way.
Yeah, it is. You figure Teft coming down now is going to put him 45 laps to the. Yeah, 45 laps to the finish. So, yeah, I mean, really, the pit window's open anytime, even though I feel like we could go another 10. I think these guys are well within their pit window now, so we might start seeing these the rest of these leaders come down and make their final pit stops of the race.
Yeah, because you can definitely get to the end from here for sure. So,
yeah,
I think you know, if you run it, you know, 4 or 5 more laps, get to around lap 80, 81, you can run pretty much as hard as you want, pretty much to the finish from that point. So, you see, Puffenbarger's trying to get around some of these guys. That's what that no. So that shows you right there. There is a tire advantage of fresh tires, right? So,
yep, for a limited time.
Exactly.
Like I said, I really think like that advantage holds up for maybe 10 to 12 laps, and then I think that's pretty much when it evens out, and that advantage kind of falls and just kind of evens itself out.
Yeah, exactly. That's what we don't know is how long this advantage. Because here's the thing, right? So Brandon needs all these guys to start hitting pit road within the next 2 or 3 laps. 100%.
Start working his way back to getting that lap back.
The closer to his lap 68 hitting pit road, the better it's going to be, because they're going to have that same advantage, right? At some point. So he needs them to hit pit road as quick as they can. So here comes San Filippo. So we're starting to see Wayne Scott's on pit road as well. So we're starting to see some of these race leaders, you know, hit pit road here. And then all this is going to start playing out. I think you're right, Russ. It's only going to be for a limited time. I think for this thing to kind of work out for Puffenbarger, he needs these guys to hit pit road like now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think so too. And if I don't know what Lockett here or Troy are going to do, but I would kind of expect maybe Lockett to.
Well, here comes Lockett.
Down. I was just going to say I would expect him to come down here probably this lap or the next lap, just to try to give himself those extra 5 laps of the fresh tires, where once the 5 tires start falling off, he'd be able to have that back just a little bit.
I think Troy's going to try to lead a lap. I think he's going to try to stay out and lead a lap, get a couple bonus points. I think that's kind of the plan.
That's never a bad idea.
Right there. So he would have got it for that one right there. Yep. So I suspect we'll see him on pit road this time. So here comes Puffenbarger right here. Zach Lockett hasn't got into his pit box yet. Right there it is, right? So there's the pit box. The car's on the jack. Here comes Puffenbarger through turns 3 and 4 rather. So there'll be a swap for position. Now, I would think, right here. So there's the white car.
This is going to be close because Puffenbarger's right there. Lockett just now exiting. I think Puffenbarger's going to get this lead right here. He is back on the lead lap, it looked like. And I think he's going to assume the lead right here.
Yeah,
barely getting by the 93, but we're going to see how those fresh tires that the 93 just put on that car, how they're going to fare up and how quick it's going to take him to get around that 5 car.
Yeah, it's an even 10 laps. We'll just call it an even 10 laps, right, with tires. That's kind of what we're looking at. Roy Thomas still right there. He comes. So
hot there. He's right on the edge. He's still coming in hot.
He was bringing it, right? So now we'll keep an eye on this, right? We know Lockett has about 10 lap fresher tires.
Yeah, I think if any time in these next 10 laps, if Lockett can really bury down and maybe get some help from this 777 to hold this 5 car up just a little bit, try to get this pass made before his tires wear out. I think it's going to benefit him, benefit Lockett a little bit more.
So 33.05 to a 32.54. He's a half second faster. Is the 93.
And he's getting the help from the 777. The 5 car could not get by him. Lockett right on the bumper now. Going to try to make a dive here going into 3.
Yeah, I think Puffenbarger is going to have to drive hard here. I don't think it's going to do any help. Yeah, I think the fresh tires
are going to make quick work of it, get him cleared right here. 93 back to the.
Yeah, I think it's just the tire advantage, right? Those 10 lap pressure tires, I think is. Yeah, that was a 32.60 to a 33.16, so it's about a half a second quicker on fresh tires within the 10 laps. So now back some distance right now, here is Hope. So
yeah, Truth Hope's still running there in P3. I mean, you're going to see him start trying to run this 5 car down and get that P2 back. But I was just going to say right now, the 93, I think he needs to start trying to check himself out and gain some distance for when those tires even themselves out and give himself a solid, a little bit of a solid distance over P2.
Yeah, I mean, he could do that. He could also, play it safe. I mean, you never know when that next caution's coming. Most of everybody's already been down pit road. So,
And I hate to say it.
And the cars
I was just saying, I hate to say it, but I know that's probably one thing that's currently sitting in the back of Zach Lockett's head right now is, please don't show me a yellow. Because he has 100%. Had some of the worst luck with yellows, kind of costing him races. And right now, with the pace that he has set so far this race, and I mean, currently already up just over 2 seconds over Puffenbarger. If he sees a caution before the end of this race, he's not going to be happy.
Yeah, I mean, none of us ever are, right? I mean, we've all, most racers that league race, even in officials, it's happened. You get bit by those untimely cautions, as we like to call them. So,
yeah, I said if there's one driver that I've seen get screwed over by a late race caution on more occasions than I'd like to admit, it's that 93 car.
So let's run through the top 10 after we've had all these green flag cycles. I'm not sure what happened to the 15. I don't know if maybe that was a speeding penalty. I'm not sure what happened, but let's run through the top 10. You got Lockett, Puffenbarger, Hope, Teft, Sam Filippo, Troy Thomas, Kane, Odie, Eisbren, and David Davis. That's the top 10 right now. And then you have Wayne Scott, Fennell, Kinsley Smith, Jesse Fox, Joshua Norton, Nelson, Ecker, Alex Teft. All those guys have hit the hauler.
I'll tell you, man, the one guy I'm still very impressed with here tonight is that 92 of Eisbren, able to keep this car. He had that great qualifying run, able to keep the car up inside the top 10, almost all night long, having a solid run here tonight at 92. I just wish he would fix that paint job and get that 92 on the driver's side up off of that skid plate.
Yeah, I just don't know. I don't know why it's like that. It's kind of wild, really. I
don't know. That drives me nuts.
I mean, I see it I've gotten used to it from seeing it, and it's an easy car to spot when we see, so we know who's in it. But
what? You know what's crazy though, and I just noticed it, is I'm seeing a totally different car on my screen than what you're seeing on the podcast.
Oh,
I'm
really?
not seeing that Target car. I'm seeing Eisbren in a brand new paint scheme out there.
Oh, really?
So we might have to maybe do a little bit of a refresh on trading pace, maybe.
Oh well, let me just.
I was gonna say I just happened to notice that. I looked over at my screen. I see 92 in a different, a little bit of a different pace scheme out there.
Well, I can update. Let's see if I can update paints. I can't. So I guess I got my trading paints running in the background. I don't know. Oh no. I don't know why it would be like that.
Try, I don't know if you can do that either. I would say try hitting Control R.
Let me see.
See if that would refresh.
Let's do that.
There we go. Yeah, see what we see here.
Oh,
Truth is updated. Truth is good. Might take a second here.
let's go to the 92. Yeah, no.
It's still showing that car, huh?
Still showing that
Yeah,
one.
I'm seeing a Shaco. I think it says Shaco LLC.
Hold on. I got one other thing I can try. Oh, it's not like my trading paints is even running. I know I started it, so let's do this. There we go. See what happens now.
There it is. There it is.
Oh, apparently my trading paints wasn't running.
All right. Now we're good to
I
go.
don't know why that would have been the case, but that's the first thing I start, right? When I know I got a race broadcast tonight, the first thing I start is trading paint. And then I start loading everything else up. I don't know. I don't get it.
I'm just disappointed it took me 93 laps to figure out that some of the paints weren't right.
Yeah. Just disappointed it took me 93 laps to realize my trading paints wasn't running properly.
We're professional broadcasters.
Hey, that week off threw us off, man. For the race fans at home, For the race fans at home, when we get the 2 weeks off for Christmas and New Year's, just know that first race back at Atlanta could be a wild one for me and Russ, okay?
Yeah. Gonna come back with about 15 extra pounds of body weight from all the food we're gonna be eating. And,
hey, look at that. Andrew Teff's in his night paint. That's crazy.
Oh, yeah. See? So we've got Andrew Teff with the new paint scheme out there after 93 laps.
I didn't realize they wrapped that car on his last pit stop. That's crazy. Even the 88's in a different one. Look at the old Budweiser. That's crazy, dude. Because I caught him out in a Mountain Dew car earlier. Ain't nothing we can do but laugh about it right now, Russ. That's
pretty much, man. If you can't laugh at yourself, what else can you laugh at?
Man, it is what it is, man. Yeah.
And this is why, we've gotten the remarks of why people kind of like listening to us on Thursday nights broadcasting, because we have fun up here. So
we do have fun. Yeah, I just figured out the 78's not in a Bass Pro Paint scheme anymore. Let's see who else. Yeah, we know Eisman's in a different paint. There's his. Well, okay, Wayne Scott. Kensley's in.
Kensley's got the gold car out there.
He's not in that beautiful Napa paint scheme. He's in the Mean Bean Java machine. Tag on it. I fail.
Well, welcome in, everybody, to the race tonight at Gateway. We got some interesting drivers out here tonight.
Harry Fennell in a Grizzly paint scheme. It's not the green and blue and yellow car I seen earlier. Jesse Fox. Yeah, his car's different. What's Norton in? Well, Norton gets rid of the Bass Pro and gets a Wonder Bread looking paint scheme. I don't know. Yeah, it is.
This is a whole new race now, everybody.
I think the only three cars that hasn't had a different paint schemes: Lockett, Hoke, and Kirby Wainscott. Outside of that, everybody else has been in.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think you're right on that. Yeah, those are about the only three I think that are the same.
Oh God, that's insane. Barry Nelson's on pit road. He's got a meatball. He must have hit the outside wall kind of hard. Back out front, Zach Lockett, man, he's just had a dominant car all night long. Truth Hoke, though, really solid points night for him. Currently riding P2. Again, much like you said, Russ, kind of fits his style. He has gotten around Puffenbarger. Now, here's the thing, right? You have Andrew Teft back here. He's about a little over 4 seconds behind Puffenbarger. There is going to be a little over 20 laps. I don't know if Andrew's going to have the tires to run down the 5 or not.
Yeah, I mean, Andrew's really good with his tire saving and stuff like that, especially at tracks like these and the 1.5 miles, but just not sure that going to have enough time here to make anything happen, really.
So a great rebound though from Andrew, right? I mean, he was involved in that accident earlier tonight, that saw his brother in it as well, but just a great rebound, put him inside top 5, riding 4th. Sanfilippo another quiet night, very quietly running inside the top 5 is Sanfilippo right now. Troy Thomas, good looking Budweiser Chevrolet right there. Oh gosh, Dennis Kane, Richard Odie, David Davis, and Timothy Eisbrun. That's going to be the top 10. So some solid points nights going on for a lot of these drivers, though.
Yeah, I mean, we were just talking about that. Puffenbarger, solid night tonight. Sanfilippo, solid night. Troy Thomas, solid night. I mean, a lot of these guys having really solid nights. It's going to help them in this point. Like I said, we got this point battle, going on, and these races are starting to wind down before we hit these playoffs. After coming back from New Year, so it's a key time to have solid runs out there.
Now let's take a look at a couple things here, because we know Troy stayed out to lead a couple laps. He did that, right? He does have a little bit fresher tires on his race car than Sanfilippo and Teft in front of him. Sanfilippo has gotten to Andrew Teft, and they've made up about 3/10 on Puffenbarger, but Troy Thomas does have fresher tires than these guys in front of him, and in fact, man, they're only about 1.5 to 2 seconds in front of him. What could be a really good night for Troy Thomas could turn into a better night. What could be, a P4, P5, race finish here.
Yeah, I mean, he's got right around 20 laps to go here. If we can, if he can get himself caught up there, and maybe work his way around Sanfilippo and Teft and put himself into an even better position. Possibly, I don't know if he's got enough time to catch Puffenbarger, but I was gonna say maybe enough time to put himself in the podium. We get him up here and talk to him again.
Yeah, I mean, it's possible, right? Because this is what you want, though, right? If you're the 88 of Troy Thomas, you had that big win back at Watkins Glen a couple weeks ago, and then to find some momentum here tonight at Worldwide, to have a shot, to possibly run inside the top 5. With a race finish here tonight, man, that's going to be a lot of momentum, coming out of tonight, going into next week, to have on your side for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, momentum is everything.
Watch these two battle, and as these two continue to battle, you can see right there comes Troy Thomas. But I can tell you, man, they've made up almost a second on Puffenbarger. I mean, it's under 3.8. You'd call it 3.5. So they're clicking off a lot of time on that 5 car right now. There's still 17 laps to go. I think they can get there. I 100% think they can get there now. I didn't know if they
just
could.
Keep this pace up. I was gonna say, if they can keep the pace up, I don't see why not. I mean, if laps are winding down, they got to get it done. They got to get it done here soon.
Yeah, Puffenbarger just laid down a 34.04, and here comes Andrew Teft. Let's take a look at 34.13 to a 33.66. Yeah, they're a half second quicker, man. They're gonna catch him 100%. 100%. And then Troy Thomas is only a second and a half off of, actually less than that. He's made up about 4 or 5 tenths. He's down to about 1.25 seconds to Brandon Sanfilippo. So we're going to have some battles going on here in the next, say, 3 to 5 laps.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely possible here, but I'm gonna jump in here real quick. I'm gonna bring somebody up here into the booth. I've been kind of he's been messaging me. I'm gonna bring him up here in the booth, talk with us for a little bit here.
Yeah.
Think he wanted to kind of just chop the gums with us, so let's see if we can get him in here. John Ross, this is Brandon Massey and Russ up in the booth. You got us?
Man, I have been watching you all on the stream. What a fantastic race. What a dominant performance here by that 93 car tonight.
Yeah.
But I just listening to you all talk about paints. It's just a fantastic time to be part of Racers Elite and everything that's going on. But really great race out here tonight. Zach really stretching his legs tonight and flexing a lot of muscle here.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we talked about it earlier on that, this is kind of one of those tracks that Zach likes to put the time into and really show his muscle, and he's getting it done here again tonight. A lot of good runs by some of these other guys too, like Truth Oak. I mean, this is one of those tracks that, that Truth we find him strangely good at tracks like these ones, like I was talking about earlier. Kind of those obscure tracks, the not normal cookie cutter speedway type of track. Like it's just one of those tracks that just kind of seems to benefit Truth.
Yeah, it really does. And, when you look at Lockett, and I saw you're on, when you went into the cockpit view of him and his downshifting ability through, going through 1 and 2, he gets all the way down into third gear to get that great rotation. And I feel like these kind of tracks that are flat like that have a lot of shifting, Truth is really good at that. I saw some pit strategy by Puffenbarger a little bit earlier, and I think that's really hurting him at this point. As you can see him there at the bottom of the track, he might actually be coming onto pit road right now, but I really think this is Lockett's to lose tonight.
Oh, for sure. And that's what, I was just noticing that Puffenbarger is back down pit road. Not sure, we thought he was going to have enough fuel to make it to the end there, but maybe a fuel issue.
Hey, 12 laps to go. I'm sure that the tires were burning off of that car, but when you talked about Truth, it's really nice to see the progression that he has had over the past couple of seasons. And Brandon, we've seen it. Russ, we've seen it. We've seen the ability for him to really produce some fantastic races, and really good to see him out here with a second place run so far tonight.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, again, strong run out of him at one of these obscure tracks, man.
Yeah, and and you often wonder, with Zach, and what is it, about 12 seconds up so far tonight? What could have been? I know you talked a little bit earlier about some of the mistakes or some of the things that's happened to that 93 car throughout this season. But as you know, as well as everybody else knows, when you've got that 4-race playoff, anything could happen. So that 93 car is going to be in it. All of these other drivers is going to be in it. Man, it is going to be one heck of a race to pick out a champion here in this next gen series at Racers Elite.
Yeah, I mean, this is one thing that me and Brandon were talking about earlier. I mean, this is kind of one of those. I mean, it's been a really good season so far through these first 5 races. I mean, we've had 4 different winners in the first 4 races up until the night, where it appears, mending any issues or anything changes, we'll have our first repeat winner here tonight in Zach Lockett. But 4 different winners in the first 4 races, I mean, it's usually something, we don't see.
Yeah, that's a really good point. And, like when you look at the 12 car, the 98 car now, they're in third. You have a lot of those usual suspects. So you got Lockett, Hogue, Teft, Sanfilippo up front. Some of those shining stars. I know you talked about Thomas a little bit earlier in the Watkins Glen race and what he was able to do there. I really think you've got a great group of guys here that come back one season after another and put some fantastic races together, and they all have their strong suits. Sanfilippo on some of those 1.5 miles, that is a tough driver to beat at Charlotte. Teft, if we're talking about, fuel strategy, tracks, and then some straight, he's really good at Phoenix. Couple of those flat tracks, as you see now, Sanfilippo under fire there from Troy Thomas. Troy on the road courses. So you got a lot of drivers, it seems like, really stepping up and flexing some muscle so far this season.
For sure.
So it looks like a fantastic race. I know you guys are going to take it home. I wanted to hop in the booth, say hi to everybody. Certainly love watching you all on YouTube. You do a fantastic job. Always entertaining as you are tonight. And I wish all of these drivers here at Racers Elite the very best.
Yeah, man, it's it's been fun. You and I have called races here for a few seasons, and now we're calling here with Brandon. Me and Brandon are just having a lot of fun. Oh, now we see this getting a little bit of a bump there from Troy Thomas.
That was a hell of a save.
Back up. Man, that was almost big. That was almost another problem for our leader, Zach Lockett, again. But that save there by the Sanfilippo.
That was a big save right there is what that was. That battle had been going on for the last handful of laps. I'd been watching it while you and John was kind of talking there, and I'd been watching it, been showing it on the screen, bouncing around from drivers y'all were talking about. But I'd been keeping an eye on it, and yeah, Thomas got there, and it was just a matter of trying to figure out what he could do, and just a little bit of contact there. But that was a heck of a save out of San Filippo for sure. 4 laps to go, Russ. Lock it out front.
Yeah, I mean, just keep stretching this thing out. Looks like I said, mending any further potential problems. Hopefully Zach didn't see that at all, and get himself a little spooked. But I think at this point, mending anything, I mean, Zach's going to become the first repeat winner here tonight.
Yeah, and when we talk about power rankings, right? NASCAR, they do it on Sundays, Saturdays. You talk about power rankings, right? And right now, when you look at the points and you look at overall runs, this guy's only had 2 starts here in Racers Elite. Has to make the rest of the starts to be playoff eligible. But of those 2, he's logged the win, right? So this is the 3rd start. So we're looking at 2 wins and 3 starts, potentially coming to 2 laps to go here. And when you look at the power rankings, from driver standpoint, right now you have to just kind of put this guy at the top.
Yeah, I mean, and John here will attest to this. I mean, Zach, I've said it before, Zach puts a lot of time into practicing for races and has really improved as a driver over the last, year or so. And it just seems like anywhere he goes, no matter what league it is or if it's an official, he always puts himself in contention for a win. And he just really improved, like I said, over this last year, and has really come into his own as a driver here on iRacing.
The white flag is out here at Worldwide Technology Raceway. It's been nothing shy of a dominating performance. The only time he lost his lead was when he come down pit road at around lap 17, 18, 30, the caution at lap 33. He got the race lead back just a handful of laps after that, and it's been a dominating performance since then. Chasing the checker for win number 2, it's going to be Zach the Rocket Lockett, Adrenaline Racing. He's going to pick up the race win. Truth Hoke, some call it 14, almost 15 seconds behind. He's looking to bring his ride home P2. And then this battle right here, this is going to be a battle for position. Troy Thomas just not going to get there. That's going to go to Andrew Teff, Troy Thomas, and then San Filippo will bring it home 5th. So that'll be the top 5, but just an exceptional dominating performance for what you got to think right now is probably the odds-on favorite to win a championship.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like I said, I'm teammates with Zach outside of Racers Elite, and like I said, he's just one of them drivers who has put himself into a position on iRacing just to be a contender just about everywhere he goes. So to see him come out here tonight and kind of put in a Troy Thomas at Watkins Glen-esque run here at Gateway. Not surprising at all, and definitely another well-deserved win here for Zach Lockett at 93, and a great run from Truth Hoke, battling all night long, keeping that car up inside the top 5, coming home with the P2, and then Andrew Teff, just kind of quiet night all night long there for Andrew. Really didn't.
Great rebound. Great rebound.
I was going to say it was a great rebound from him from that incident there with his brother.
Great
and
points night.
Didn't really really talk about him too much. He, throughout the night tonight, other than that, that incident with his brother there. But coming home again, podium finish, another solid night for Andrew Teff in that 98.
Let's take a look at the race results real quick, and you can see right there they are unofficially: Zach Lockett, Truth Hoke, Andrew Teff, Troy Thomas, Brandon Sanfilippo, Dennis Kane, Brandon Puffenbarger, Timothy Eisburn, David Davis, Richard Odie, Kinsley Smith. Just not the night Kinsley wanted. I think that was a pit road spitting penalty that caught him earlier. Terry Fennell's going to come home 12th. Kirby Wainscott, Jesse Fox, Joshua Norton, Barry Nelson, Curtis Ecker, Alex Teff's going to round out the 18 cars that we had take the green flag. So let's see if we can't get some of these drivers in here. Oh. And Andrew, I'm going to steal you. I'm moving you up here. You're watching. Andrew, it's Brandon and Russ up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
So interesting night, boss man. You had that involved in that caution. You had to very quickly make a decision, right? Do I stay straight? Do I go low? The decision was made to go low. And we even went on board to show how quick that decision has to be made to try to pick the right line to miss those types of incidents. But a great rebound to bring your machine home in third tonight. Take us through your evening here at Worldwide Technology Raceway.
Hey, you pretty much nailed it. I guess I zigged and should have zagged, but just one of those racing deals. Yeah, right there, I was just looking to ride. I thought maybe I could one stop it when some other guys couldn't at that point, so I was just going to hang out for a little while and make some laps. And yeah, just had to make an evasive maneuver there and pick the wrong way, and decided to use my fast repair luckily, because seems like it went green from there. Trying to look back, but yeah, then from there it was just race as quick as you can, because everybody could make it on one more stop at that point.
Yeah, so you come in tonight's point leader, right? You've got a win under the belt already. You able to claw back for a third place finish tonight. We've heard you talk about the importance of bonus points and trying to get wins. When we take a look at the schedule for the next couple races, we got Auto Club Pocono, and then we're going to be off a couple weeks in Atlanta. I believe that's going to be the repaved Atlanta, right? So when you take a look at Auto Club Pocono, Atlanta over the next couple of weeks, how's those races kind of fit your driving style, and what would it mean to try to log another win or two to get those what would be all important bonus points?
Yeah, like tonight, I knew I had to win, so I sort of just pitted as early as I could and still make it to the end. And not a lot of other people, I think, were planning on that. They were probably going to split it or go long, worried about a caution coming out and getting caught a lap down. But you can take risks like that when you already have a win in the bank. And if it doesn't work out, no big deal, really, just a few points. So just the next few weeks, if I'm quick, just try to maintain my track position the best I can and score as many bonus points as I can. And if I'm not in contention, just take those risks and go off strategy wherever I can.
Well, congratulations, man, on that third place finish, being able to claw your way back in there. I know you have some shout outs you'd like to give, man, so give those shout outs and enjoy this third place finish and all the hard work you put in here at Racers Elite.
Yeah, firstly, thank you guys for helping out in the booth, and want to thank our servicemen and women, friends, family, team. Want to thank Kensley for doing my paints. It's always fun to run this purple scheme, McDonald's scheme. He made that for me. You can find his info on our website homepage. It's KS Designs. Want to thank Chantel and Race Control, and just everybody that tunes in to watch and shows up to race. And if you want to check us out, head on over to racerselite.com.
So hey, just really quick before we send you away, a little bit of a disclaimer. We really didn't know that you had that purple scheme on until about lap 93.
You're outing me right now, Russ.
It's all good.
I had one question though. We were talking about during that race that when Alex got that he checked up there for the 4, got sideways, and you got into him. I made that comment, we really don't see you and Alex get together too often on the track. And it kind of reminded me of the whole Kurt Busch, Kyle Busch thing, and when they wrecked each other at the Winston Million, I think it was, they didn't talk to each other over the holidays. And now we're smack dab in the middle of the holidays. I mean, is there going to be any tension for the holidays between you guys now?
Yeah, he's lucky that Thanksgiving already happened. But
yeah, there you go.
Yeah, just one of those things. It looked like he was gonna hook right, and just suddenly.
Well, we went on we went on board with you there, and I was like, I knew exactly what it was like. Yep, I'm seeing that car hooked to the right. He's coming up the track, so I'm gonna go low, and then he just goes low.
Yeah. Congrats to Zach. Also, he ran a really, really great, really fast race.
Andrew, man, we appreciate you. And when you go back and you watch this broadcast, I think you're going to laugh because I'm reading comments.
I don't know what I'm going to see.
I'm reading comments in the Discord going, the last 10 minutes of the broadcast have been pure comedic gold. So, yeah, I think you're going to have a lot of fun. So,
Well, not only that, but we also had we had a surprise guest join us up here in the booth tonight, and John Ross decided to come back and chat it up with us just for a little bit before he went and raced tonight. So
he did.
that was a little bit of a surprise. So
And we've had a lot of fun tonight. Boss man, we appreciate you. We'll see you next week, boss.
Thank you, fellas.
never gonna.
Tell you what, man. That's what makes it fun for us, right? We sit up here, we call these races,
yeah.
and we try to highlight the drivers as much as we possibly can, man. And we do, right? We talk about each and every one of them. We pay no difference to who's running where. We want all these guys to feel appreciated, and we just try to have a good fun. So, Jonathan, man, we appreciate that. Definitely a lot of fun. Let's bring Hoke up here. I'll grab Hoke and I'll interview Hoke, and then you can have Zlaka. How's that?
10-4.
Okay, that works out.
I do have one question for him when we get him in.
Oh,
here,
for Truth. Hey, Truth, it's Russ and Brandon up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, so we watched you in practice. Well, I did for a little bit, and because I was logged in a little bit early, man, and you had top 3 speed, right, in practice. And then you come out and you put down the qualifying effort, and then within I think it was like the first 30, 40 laps, couple cautions, and you found yourself kind of inside the top 3 and pretty much was there about all night long. Come out at one point in time, laid down what would have been fastest lap of the race at that point in time. But man, a solid P2 tonight here at Worldwide Technology Raceway. Solid points night, man. Just take us through your evening and that that P2 position here tonight, Racers Elite.
Yeah, it's just I don't know what it is about this track. It's like Pocono to me. I really enjoy racing on it, and it's just try to stay steady. I was just trying to stay steady and not hit the wall. Don't hit the wall.
We seen
nothing for Zach. Zach was in his own little world.
We've seen a lot of cars hit the walls on the exit, both ends of the racetrack. But yeah, just a solid run, right? It's kind of been an up and down season for you and the 55 team, but to finally get up here and take a podium position, get some momentum headed into Auto Club. We got Auto Club coming up. I think we got Pocono, Atlanta coming up. So yeah, just take us through a little bit of a momentum gain here tonight, and then the next couple weeks we have before we start playoffs.
Yes, the next couple tracks coming up, I really enjoy too. Auto Club and Pocono, I really enjoy those too. But yeah, I've had a lot of bad luck this year. I mean, wrong place, wrong time, speeding. Just they gotta shake that monkey off my back. I hope it's the beginning of it.
I was just gonna say, it kind of takes you back to not last season, but like the season before, where you kind of had that type of a season where it was just like you just seemed like you couldn't get away from problems. You kept having this or that happen. It's kind of taking you back there, but now maybe the momentum is going to start to shift here for you.
Yeah, I'm hoping so. Yeah, I'm hoping so.
I'll say the one question that I had, I find this no matter what series I watch you run in. And I was telling Brandon and I were talking about this. It always seems like it's the obscure type of tracks that you have speed and are pretty strong at. Tracks like this or tracks like Iowa, or ones that aren't like your typical cookie cutter style of a racetrack. I always seems like you have speed at those types of tracks. Maybe more than others. Any idea why that would be?
Bro, I don't know. It's just obscure tracks like that. I really enjoy driving.
So it's a thing with obscure tracks for an obscure guy, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Correct, man. That is absolutely. Hey, like short tracks, I really like because my attention is really short. And
there you go.
I don't have, lap after lap. Short track, I'm good at that. Long
Yeah,
track,
you only got to think for like 15 to 18 seconds at a time.
Yeah, there's too much stuff you can look at on the track on a big track.
Yeah, see,
Yeah,
I can relate, right? Like I can relate to that because I am ADHD as can be, and I can 100% relate to that, man, for sure. Well, listen, Truth, dude.
Yeah,
go ahead, man.
Go ahead.
Oh,
I was gonna say I have it too. Yeah, I have ADHD.
Man, dude, I'm the same way. We could be out there running Daytona and Talladega, and We just so and I've told my teammate Ira this many times. I'm like, dude, I'm just bored, right? And like then I just kind of fall in this funk of I'm looking at things around my sim rig going, I could position that third monitor a little bit better, you know what I mean, type of thing. Yeah,
That's
happens.
me. I
Happens
could
all
move
the time.
this box just a little bit, and it'll be. I think that would be better.
Right, the push
And
button
then I go
box.
over here and I look over. I need to change my buttons. Let me change my buttons.
Yep, the hotkeys. Yep, got to change those. Yeah, I just,
Yep.
I can relate, man. I get it. Oh shoot. Well, listen,
Squirrel.
man. Hey, congratulations on that P2. I always enjoy having you come up here for interviews, man, because you're a ton of fun, dude. And me and Russ talked about that. We like guys that just very animated and it's not really kind of by the book interviews, you know. And they're a little bit more personable type of deals, and it's just a lot of fun. But congratulations on that P2, man. Give some shout outs to some people and enjoy that second place finish. And I think you race again tomorrow night, I think so.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I'm racing in that mini stock race tomorrow night.
Heck yeah. Well, give them shout outs, man, if you got any.
All right. Yes, I just like to thank my wife for supporting me in this and all with her schooling and stuff going on, and team Troy and Jesse and Barry and Terry and all of them, and Andrew for putting on in this league and putting all this on and putting all this hard work into it, and then you guys, Brandon and Russell, for broadcasting, and can't wait to watch it back tomorrow.
Oh, you're going to enjoy
really
it.
Enjoy watching it.
You'll enjoy this one.
Right.
You'll enjoy this one, Truth. There's already good
All right.
comments coming out in the Discord, so it's a wild one to go back and rewatch. Oh,
yeah, that's what
man.
we was talking about. And before the race, I was telling Troy, he's telling me his POV and stuff, and I said, "My God, I know you. I've seen you personally. You can't see over the steering wheel. Not setting that low. You can't." I said, I don't see how you doing it. But I was giving him down the road about almost cuss. See, I caught myself.
Well, if I was to send you my POV from my perspective, my steering wheel kind of sits a little bit higher too. But I've got the like the 12 or 14 inch, whatever it is, from Fanatec, the NASCAR rim they had. And so the way that my rig is designed, yeah, it's kind of funky too. There's times that like I'll sit down in it that I've not been in the rig for 2 weeks, and I'm like, and this just looks so weird, you know, it's time to think. So, well, listen, man, congratulations on that P2. We'll see you tomorrow night in that mini stock race, man.
All right, thank you. Y'all have a good night.
You too, Bubba.
Have a good one, Truth.
Oh, yeah,
Congrats,
and
bud.
thank Chantel for race control.
Heck yeah. Can't forget race control, man. Does a fantastic job.
Yes.
We'll see you, Bubba.
We'll see. All right, later.
Man, I tell you what, just a ball of fun, Russ. You know what I mean? That's what we was talking
Troy,
about
Troy's
earlier,
just, Troy and Truth and that whole group, they're just a ton of fun to talk to. I talk to them almost every week before the race. I get down there and, they give me crap. I give them crap. It's just a whole bunch of fun.
we enjoy it, dude. That's the thing. Let's get our race winner in here. Zach, it's Brandon and Russ up in the booth. You got us?
What's up, guys?
Well, I was going to let Russ do this. I think I'm just going to do it because I know where this is. I'm playing, Russ. Go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, Rocky, I mean, you got it done again here tonight. I mean, 2 wins now. You're for the first repeat winner for the Racers Elite Cup Series this season. Take us back through your race and, how did you get the job done here tonight at Gateway?
Yeah, man. Honestly, qualifying on the pole, I mean, this is just another one of those tracks where and it was nighttime, so it's going to take a while for the tires to fall off and for passing to come into play. So once I got the pole, I felt pretty good about, being able to stay out front, manage my tires, manage my pace, manage the dirty air, all that stuff. So, yeah, kind of set sail there off the bat and, had a couple of weird cautions. I mean, not weird, but like weirdly spotted where I think we were 15 laps into both of the runs. So, you kind of could have came in, could have stayed out, could have, put ourselves in a situation to stop it or save fuel or whatnot. So really just came in, grabbed tires. We have 4 sets of tires. Knew every time we got, 15 laps in or so, I was going to come in and take those tires and, manage them and try to get back out front. So was happy with where the cautions fell tonight. Was praying the late one didn't come out because we were starting to kind of see guys all over the place on the track, and shout out to everyone for doing a good job with that. But yeah, man, I don't know, just felt really good here. Felt really, the officials were here last week. I ran a couple and won one, and like my chances coming in here. So yeah, I don't know, felt really good.
Well, I mean, that's one thing I talked about going back through tonight was and I mentioned it before with you, since you and I are teammates over there at Adrenaline. Over this last year, you've really kind of just come into your own. Through iRacing, just kind of really skyrocketed your skill level. Now you're just about anywhere you go. I mean, you're usually a threat for a podium or even a win. So, I mean, you really jumped that skill level over like this past year. You and I both came in the same time. You gained that skill level, and I'm still in the crappy rookie area down there. But, either way,
You're working. You're putting in the work.
So but you put the time in. But we were talking here towards the end. We actually had our comrade up here in John Ross. He decided to show up and chit chat with us here for a little bit tonight, and we were kind of going back and talking, and while we were talking, one thing in my head was thinking about was that late race caution. It's like you're one of those guys that has been burned by late race cautions more times than I can count. And that was the one thing I kept thinking in my head was, it's like, this is something that I know Zach is hoping. He doesn't see a caution. He wants to see this green to the end. And this was at like lap 80. And we were talking with John, and there was almost a caution. I think you were too far ahead of it to see it. And I brought it up. I'm like, I hope he didn't see that, because hopefully he's not going to get sketched out by it.
I did not. I did not see it.
The 12 of Breda Sanfilippo got a little bump in the corner. We had that thing almost dead sideways, but able to save it up and save you that caution. But I mean, what is it with you and getting mired by late race cautions?
I don't know, man. Just bad luck sometimes. A shout out to Brandon for saving that. Then I appreciate that, and everyone else for, like I said, doing a good job. But yeah, man, that Kentucky one will continue to haunt me. I don't know. This was karma made up for it. So again, shout out to Brandon.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I had even sent you a message in our post race about, it was kind of like a little bit of a paid back for that thing a little bit. But man, got it done here again tonight, and definitely showing you're going to be a force to be reckoned with. Now, you got to make every one of the last 5 races from tonight moving forward. Are there any questions, any qualms about being able to make them and make the playoffs?
No, I'll be here. All my previous commitments are done. So I think we got Auto Club, Pocono, the next 2. Absolutely love those tracks. Those should be an absolute blast. And then Atlanta after we come back from the Christmas break. So feel really good about Auto Club and Pocono. Atlanta, who knows? But after that, it's the 4-race chase. So New Hampshire, feel good. Kansas, Talladega, and then Charlotte. So yeah, I'm excited for the rest of the season. I really hope to continue to, win some races and hopefully get on the podiums and hopefully drive my way to an Adrenaline championship would be really good. So we'll see. Long season left. Like I said, like all those tracks. So
yeah, that was my whole lead up to the question of how were you feeling about the rest of the schedule leading up to the playoffs. And I know once we get to the playoffs, like you had mentioned, New Hampshire, that's going to kind of be one of the, other than Talladega, but that's going to kind of be another one of those obscure tracks. But
I agree.
But looking back on it, and me and Brandon were touching on this earlier, Gateway is kind of, and I've called it this for a while, the bastard love child of Darlington and New Hampshire is how I feel.
Wow, I like that.
Of how I feel that this track is, because it's the Darlington-esque of the 2 different ends mixed with the flatness of New Hampshire.
Right. I like that.
So I'm like, if any indication of the night here at Gateway leads into New Hampshire, we know you're going to be a force to be reckoned with at New Hampshire too. So, but it's all about getting there first. But extra playoff points here tonight. Got 3 more regular season races to continue to. I was say time to you're 3 weeks left to continue to build those playoff points and give yourself a little bit of a better standing once these playoffs start. But Man, well, I guess all that's left to do is go ahead and turn it over to you and let you give your shout outs for the night, my friend.
Yeah, shout out to Andrew and everyone in the league here. It was a really clean, good race tonight. Thanks for putting this on. Always appreciate it. You guys for broadcasting, of course, doing a hell of a job. Everyone at Adrenaline and all my Adrenaline teammates, you, John, everyone else, Nate. Nate was in here for a little bit, helping spot for me. And
I thought I'd seen him pop in.
yeah. He popped in for a couple minutes. And everyone doing that. So Goat Racing Diecast as well, being on the car. Mirror Paintworks for painting it. And my wife, of course, let me race multiple nights a week. Really appreciate her. Yeah, that's about it.
All right, my friend. Well, got it done here again tonight, and see if roll back in here next week and see if you can get it done again.
All right, hope so. We'll see you later. Thanks,
all right,
guys.
buddy. Congrats on the win. We'll talk to you later.
All right, thank you.
Thanks.
Man, I tell you what, just absolutely dominating performance tonight, and I don't think he's going to stop. It's he's got speed, and I think some of these drivers are still trying to search for some of it. So these next 3 weeks, man, are going to be wild 3 weeks for us, Russ.
Yeah, I think so too. And like he said, these next couple of weeks are tracks that he feels confident at, and I know he's got that skill level to show up and show out for these next couple of weeks, providing everything goes his way. I mean, he's definitely looking like a major contender for the championship here this season, the Racers Elite Cup Series.
So we're going to call it a night, Russ. It's been a wild night. It was an entertaining night. It was a comedic night. We had a lot of fun, but next week we're going to do it all over again because we're going to be heading out west to Auto Club, where we should see some side-by-side racing. I mean, the last time we was at Auto Club with the car, it was a pretty good race. So we should have another doozy on our hand when we go to Auto Club. So, everybody enjoy the rest of your Thursday night. Again, go to racerselite.com. You can find all the information for all of our leagues over there. If you haven't hit that subscribe button on our YouTube channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button on the YouTube channel. Racers Elite Network, we definitely appreciate it. Russ, have a good rest of your Thursday night, man, and let's head out west next Thursday and see what we can do out there at Auto Club.
Man, it's always fun going to Auto Club. That track not being around anymore in real life, it's always nice to have that thing mapped here on iRacing. So we'll see everybody next week at Auto Club Speedway out there in Fontana, California. Have a good one. See ya.
See ya.